Hey guys, back at it. This is day 251 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. We are just moving along very rapidly here, approaching that 1 year mark. This all started out of a 100-day daily diary session that was prompted through a meditation devotional session. It was just highly prompted by my intuition to do 100 days of daily diary audio on a large platform, uncut, unedited, just completely raw and real. And so after I completed those 100 days, I kept it going for the full year. And I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for supporting me by listening, by subscribing, commenting, sharing, all of the things, or none of the things. But here we go into day 251. So today is a Monday and we are back in the swing of school. I had my daughter with me, and not my son because he was still with his dad. So I got her up and took her to school, then got into my normal routine of workout. So I have been doing acupressure and grounding mat with vibration therapy, also doing kettlebell swings and stretching. So I do like 5 minutes straight of kettlebells, 10 minutes of stretching and 5 minutes of kettlebell straight. And that has been really helping just tone myself up and change my body composition just by doing that. So I am due to switch up my weights soon. So I will be moving up to a heavier weight at some point soon. Hop in the sauna for about 30 to 45 minutes, then jump in the shower and get myself dressed and ready for the day. I did a whole bunch of like washing sheets, washing towels, just washing the things that I don't normally wash, kind of switching all of those laundries around. Also, getting to the dishes. I had some corned beef and cabbage that I had in the refrigerator, getting that on the stove, and just kind of getting to some things that I needed to. So I had been waiting for one of my old jobs to send me the W-2 so that I could do my taxes, and finally got that. So now I can move forward with doing taxes. I also had some pretty awesome phone conversations connecting with and now I had to think of like what to call him. It just feels like my high school sweetheart. So if you can imagine like the way that you felt with like even a middle school crush or a high school sweetheart, you're just giggly and giddy and just like blushing and happy and just like, I don't know if at that point you really feel like it's euphoric, but it's just this like school crush feeling where it's just like pure bliss. So Florida high school sweetheart crush that I've been talking to, we had like a 2-hour phone conversation, and it was just really, really cool. He did share with me the other night about that he's had tunnel vision, so peripheral impairment, and that he's had it since he was 4. And so he's grown up like his whole life through this. And it was just like, it's not something that will deter me from a relationship. It's just, I just don't understand it. And for me, like I've never had that problem. So I don't know what he's going through, and I don't know how to best, I guess, cohabitate in that. So it's just going to be a learning curve for me. Like I said, it's not deterring me from having a relationship. It's just like now it's something in front of me that I have to think of and be really, I guess, thoughtful and considerate of as moving forward. Like these are things that he's dealt with a long time. He's used to it, but I'm not. So I just want to best fit in to the space with him, to best support him, I guess. So yeah, that was a great phone conversation. I actually talked to my grandmother for a long time, and that was a heavy conversation. I kind of had a moment today where I was like, fuck it. I just want to crawl under the blankets and have a really long cry session. And I just like, my emotions were wanting to like either like go completely emotional and cry or just pop off and be like, fuck everybody. I'm just going to do my own thing and go, just, wash my hands in and go. And so I was like, why am I feeling like this? And it's just, I'm in a different space than I was before, and I'm no longer putting up with other people's bullshit. And I don't tolerate people not considering other people's feelings, especially when they're people who are close to me. So it's just me having to sit back, do more self-care, figure out what is this deep root of feelings and emotions and why are they coming out this way, because it's not normal for me to feel like that. So that was something that was going on today too. So it was a very relaxing day, lots of stuff at home. Really didn't go out and do anything, grabbed some coffee, got to my routine, did some cleaning and stuff in the house. Actually, did some toilet cleaning too. So that's always fun. Had these emotions that I'm having to deal with and really find the root of it. Having to have a hard conversation with my grandmother. It was hard for me to hear her being stressed out. The conversation we had was not hard, but it was hard for me to listen to her continuing to be upset about this situation, the family situation. But great, lovely conversation with my crush. It was funny because we did talk about it in our conversations that it was like a Valentine crush. And it's just like both of us are feeling the same way, which is really cool. He's in Florida. I'm here. We've just been texting and talking on the phone. We have a FaceTime date scheduled where we're going to do like never have I ever questions and just kind of like get that in person. No, it's not in person, but it's more so than just on the phone. But yeah, the kids came home from school and my daughter asked me if I could make her some dinner. So I made her some dinner and my son came home and he was so super snuggly and just like loving on me and sharing how his time with his dad went and all the fun things that he got into. And so it was just, he continued to just like love on me the whole night and just be so happy and energetic. And I made pasta for him and I made pasta for me and the corned beef and cabbage was done. And then I ended up making a huge, big, oily mess in the kitchen because I was trying to take the corned beef out, just be like, I have this huge knife. Let me stick it into the corned beef. And then, corned beef, it's like once you cook it right, it falls apart. So it just fell back into the pot and splashed the oily water everywhere. So I had to do some cleanup in the kitchen, and my daughter and I have been watching this Chinese like fairies and demons kind of show. Have to read the subtitles so we can't hear it, so I can't really walk away from it. But it was just a lovely night with everybody, and we wrapped up kind of late, 11 o'clock. I think I fell asleep, and we headed up to bed for, getting ready for the rest of the week here. So like I said, a lot of interesting conversations to come, a lot of deep emotions that I have to deal with. And, I'm a mama bear. I'm a guard dog, like I tell my kids, and the people that I care about the most, I will stand up for. I will be like, that mode will kick in and I'm wanting to be their guard dog, their bully, their, the mama bear. And so it's really hard for me to sometimes dig down really deep and get to the root of what's causing this reaction. And I will say reaction and not trigger sometimes, because trigger is highly used now. And so it doesn't mean the same thing for everyone. But this is a reaction. It's a reaction from something that's deep within, that's something that's rooted, that I just have to pull the string. So, you have a sweater that's unraveling and you don't want it to keep unraveling. So you pull the string, you find where it's connected to, where it started the pull. And that's what I have to do. I have to dig down and pull the string and find the root and find the original cause and point of these emotions. Because I want to be the best person I can be, and that means not being reactive and not being triggered and not just in an instant being mad and in an instant being happy. I have to figure out how I can uncover all these deep-rooted things that are still there, which I've done a lot of work with a lot of other things, but so that I can be less reactive and more helpful and more settled and more peaceful. So that's my thing that I'm going to work on. But anyway, it was a lovely day. It was great to be connected with my son again. And it's been great having this relationship kind of blossom with this guy in Florida. And also, I don't know what's going on in the air and in the atmosphere, in the I can't think of the word. Oh my gosh. The planetary alignments and stuff like that. Because I have gotten all these texts from all these guys who have been just hanging about. And it's some of them I didn't even have saved in my phone anymore. And I was like, who's this? But it was literally 5 or 6 guys text me all tonight saying hey, what's up? I'm thinking about you. And I was just like, whoa, where have you been for ever? So it's something in the air, something in the the planetary alignment out there. Something is going on. So I just was pleasant with some people, hey, how's it going? Or some people who weren't saved in my phone was like, who is this? Because obviously, if I went out with somebody and we didn't vibe and I said, my parting words, then I pretty much delete them from my phone and I never have them in there again. So if somebody tries to reach out to me, then I literally don't know who it is. But also, I'm not in a place in the relationship with the guy in Florida to be I am exclusive. I am, not going to talk to anybody else. We haven't quite gotten to that point, and I don't think we will get to that point until we actually have an in-person interaction and we can spend more physical time with each other. It's been going so well via text and via phone, and I'm just really loving it and enjoying it. So I don't want to future focus or make this into anything that it's not yet. I'm just enjoying it. And so, yeah, but it was just kind of weird. All the little guys came out of the woodwork and they were just like, hey, what's up? So it's something going on out there. I think it's all these planetary shifts and retrograding stuff going on. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for being here, for listening in, for supporting me, for loving me this way, and just hanging out with me for a little bit. I thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, all the things or none of the things. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.